Hi folks, my name is Chris and I will be doing a quick review of the Easy Up Pyramid Shelter. This is the new version with the new colors. So we got the Limeade version, which is almost like that safety yellow color. And box just came from FedEx today. Seemed to be in pretty good condition despite the weight. I know FedEx and UPS can beat up packages sometimes. The box is deceptively large. It is about 5 feet 10 inches or so and does weigh about 55 pounds, so it is heavy. It would not fit in my back seat or in my trunk, but I had to lay my seats down and it fit okay that way. So just prepare for that if you have to go pick it up. As you can see, the new version comes in this really nice box. It's got some really good graphics on it that cover a lot of the new features. So as you can see, it covers the new colors, the new snap-ups, the new pull rings, a little bit on how the different hinges are put together, and then talks about the colors, the reinforcing, etc., etc. Inside the box here, we have a couple of different things. First of all, you have the steel frame here, steel wrapped in plastic, and you notice the top of the sunshade is not on yet. The top is actually in this cardboard here. So if you pull this up, this cardboard has your top in it, plastic wrapped really nice. As you can see, very bright yellow for the Limeade, so that's what we were hoping for, is that it would be nice and bright, which is awesome. You'll notice my box has an empty space over here. That's because I had already taken out the storage bag and the wheels. So the storage bag here is very large, but seems to be very well made. As you can see, it has the Easy Up logo on this side and has some nice contrast striping, has the color of your top, and then down here on the bottom has your wheels. Now, the wheels did not initially come on the bag. It just had this reinforced plate on the bottom, but it was empty. There's a separate bag that came in the box that had the axle, these two spacers on each side, the two wheels, and then these little snap-on hubs here. This seems to be really durable and made actually quite well. It'll be interesting to see how that holds up over time. So in addition to your product label here on the other side of the bag, you have the Easy Up, how to set up your shelter, and how to take down your shelter here, which is really nice. And then also on this bag here, you have a little pouch right up here to hold the stakes that come with it. So as you can see, I just put the little stake bag in there. In the future, probably tomorrow, I will take all of this out and make a video of how hard it is to set up for the first time so that people can understand. I know on YouTube there's not a lot of information on these new products and not a lot of reviews, but from what I can see so far, it is put together very well, packaged well, and seems to be of high quality, which is what I was going for, because if you're going to pay $200 for something, you'd hope that it is of good quality. So I will continue this video tomorrow where I left off and see if we can't get outside, get this thing up, and avoid the rain today. Overcast and semi-wet day, but I think I can make this work. As you can see, I've got the base out of the plastic wrap, and it is quite tall. It's got what appears to be Velcro here. As you can see, it looks to be very well made. Nothing's put together with rivets. Everything is bolts and nuts, so that should be easy to replace if anything ever goes bad on it. It said that you just start with these open here stickers and pretty much expand it out until you can move those in a certain way. So I'm going to give that a shot in just a second, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, so I have this thing initially open now. Now I have to figure out how to get the top on it. All I did was go around to each corner and slowly and gently move each leg out to spread it out a little bit, and now I'm going to figure out how to put the top on. I have unfolded the top here on the ground a little bit. And as you can see, it does have these canvas reinforced corners now, which is an upgrade from the old one. Everything seems to be double stitched and nice. From the looks of it, it has Velcro sections. Of course, I found them earlier, now I can't find them. Ah, here we go. So it has Velcro sections on the inside that you simply drape the entire thing over and then Velcro to certain poles, I would imagine. But I'm going to keep working through this as I get to it. As you can see, the Limeade on the inside is more of a yellow, but on the outside is like safety vest yellow. So if you like the bright stuff, this should be an awesome choice for you. We're using this for the Firefly Music Festival this year, so it should be awesome. I will resume in just a moment. Okay, making progress. So in addition to slowly but surely putting these corners on the outside poles, what I realized on this one is the Velcro on these poles lines up with the mating side Velcro that's on the inside of the corners. So I'm assuming just fold this over onto this, of course straighten that up and clean it up a little bit, and then once I do that, I'll go underneath and see if I can't find out where all these Velcro points go. Okay, so I admittedly struggled to figure out how to get it this far. It was scrunched up there for a while, and now I'm a little out of breath from fighting with the thing for a minute, but what I found that worked, at least if you're just one person, mind you, you'd have to be rather tall, is the center hub here. If you push up on the center hub, and this is probably at about 7 feet, so you'd probably have to be pretty tall. But if you push up on this, it expands the legs out just far enough to where you can go around, put a foot down here, and push up on this and click in each individual leg. This is your pull pins here to let these down. It's got like a click in point here, and you got to push it up until it clicks. I will note, you'll see on some of these corners, once I push this up with the top on, that this is scrunched over, so you probably will need to grab this and tuck it down. I've already done that on these two corners, but I left a couple so you could see that this does scrunch up, and that appears to be normal. So just pull it down over that and it should be fine. And then next step would appear to be, now you come to each of these little individual arch supports coming out from here, and the little Velcro things line up quite well. So I'm going to attach those in just a moment, and then somehow figure out how to lift this thing up for the rest of the way. So just to show you what I had done here, what I found is these have really nice little click-in buttons here, and I had to loosen this one by poking the button, and then loosen this one over here, and then just sort of lift it up at the same time and clicked one in for the first level on each side. I haven't done over there yet, so that's what I'm going to do next, and then I think I'm just going to do side, 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 side again until it's all the way up, and then I'll stake it down and see how it looks. I'd like to just show at this first height here. So I've got all the legs at the very first height. I'm 6'4", and this barely brushes my head here. So this is very tall, even here. So 6'4", reaching all the way up. I've still got at least a foot before the very peak of the roof. So you've probably got at least 8 feet of roof here, just in the first click level. What I thought was only 2 levels of height adjustment turned out to be 5 levels of height adjustment. As you can see here, it's a little dark, but if I get in close enough, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 holes plus the section I'm on. So we got 5 levels of height adjustment, and now these sides are probably at about 7 feet. Maybe even a little higher, maybe like 7'5". They're very tall, and the center is easily at 10 feet. So this is truly a 10 by 10 by 10 shelter if you put it all the way up. Got plenty of space. Looks really nice in this color. It's moderately windy today, about, I don't know, 8 to 10 miles an hour, probably gusting to about 10, and it's really had no issues with it. So from what I can tell, it's made really well. It does have, for those people who are wondering, it does have the logo on the outside, and then I don't know if I can get to it or where it actually is. Ah, it's over here. Over here, you do have your fire label that does give you both the CPAI-84 certification and the NFPA-701 certification. So it does have both the certifications. Seems like it's going to be great for the festival this year, and I'm excited to use it. Before going, I thought I'd decide to see if I can show you guys how to put this thing away. I don't know if that's going to be a real pain in the ass or if it's going to be pretty easy with one person, but I'll give it a shot. Putting it up was difficult because you got to fight the tension of the tent, but putting it down should be a lot easier. So you have these pull pins here. It's a metal pull pin in here that looks like coated in some sort of plastic, and if you pull that, okay, so it does go down, and I'm assuming if I just pull all of these that I can just do the exact reverse, and these do pull very easy. There's no struggle to get these out of the hole. Okay, so as you can see, the tent is starting to close up. From here, I don't know if I can just walk the corners in or what the best. Ow, you gotta watch my hand there. Watch your hand. Don't grab below this thing and try to push in because this slides down. I wasn't thinking about it because it's my first time canopy opener and I pinched my hand right then, so be careful. So theoretically just as easy as, well, yeah, this method may take a while, but it goes in about a foot every time you move the leg, and as you can see, it is going together. So I won't waste your time with the entire putting together process, but I do want to show you guys if we can actually get this thing back in the bag, because I know some users have had issues with getting the canopy with the top on it back into its storage bag. So we'll see how hard that is and if people are just making it up. So as you can see, that method did work. It took a little bit, I mean maybe a minute and a half to just walk around and be gentle with each leg because it's new and I don't want to tear it up. But as you can see, this is the exterior label I was talking about earlier, and then the interior label obviously I can't get to now, but hopefully you can see the difference here between the yellow of the inside and the limeade of the outside. There is a definite difference there. But got it all put together, went together okay. I am definitely concerned about how to get this massive thing here in the bag, because I know I can compress this a little bit, but I don't know if that's going to be easy or terrible. The bag I've got over here, they did actually do something smart with the bag. They made the opening to the bag at the bottom, so you unzip and then you put the entire thing over the top of the canopy. So hopefully that'll make it a little easier, unlike your usual camping chair where you got to try to hold the bag and jostle it in there. Hopefully this will be a little bit easier, but we'll find out in just a second. For a quick mention before I put this away, I did not end up putting the stakes in because I just wanted to see if I could get it up and down by myself. But this does have triangle shaped feet here, and there is a stake hole here and a stake hole here. So there's 2 stake holes per foot. Easy Up only provides 4 stakes, and they're just like your usual cheapy aluminum, at least they look like aluminum, maybe steel, tent stakes that are about 8 inches long. But it does look like you could use 4 stakes if you're in an environment where you needed it. Okay, so trying to put this thing in the bag, time to go. I don't know why people complained in the reviews that this is hard to get in the bag, because I did not even try to mess with like folding this or anything. I just stuck it on here, pulled up on the top a little bit, and started pulling down. So as you can see, this is what I was talking about. So you put it on from the top like this. Maybe that's where people were having trouble. They may have been trying to put it in like a camp chair. Because if you put it on from the top, then your wheels and your reinforced portion down here, so like this portion, I don't even know if I could show you right now, but this portion in here that has all of the reinforcement is down here by the feet when you get done. So maybe that's where people are struggling, is you should just be able to stand this thing up and put the bag right on it. So it's working so far quite easy. I will shoot you guys another video real quick when I get it all the way on and zipped up. We'll test out the wheels, see how it rolls, make sure it all fits in there real nice. Also, I don't know if I got a chance to show you guys earlier, but on the pouch here, as you can see right on the pouch, you've got the how to set up your shelter instructions. So even though I've been sort of winging it and not really using the pouch, it does have all of your instructions on how to put it up and take it down right on the outside of the case. Okay, I'm gonna get the rest of this thing on there and then we'll test out the wheels. Okay, there we go. I thought it was gonna be more difficult once we got to the bottom. Obviously, as you get all the way down through here, you got fabric all the way through, so the farther you get it on, it does get a little bit more difficult, but it was never hard. Just keep pulling it all the way down, and it stops about where the handle is, it looked like. So what I did is I grabbed this handle, and I flipped it upside down, and then zipped it the other way, and that made it a lot easier because it forced the canopy to slide down in the bag a little farther, and then it zipped with no problems whatsoever. So I haven't used the wheels at all yet. I just figured I'd try them right off with you guys. So as you can see, this thing stands just fine by itself. It is tall, so you can see in comparison to my grill, if I go down to the top of the grill height, it is quite tall because that's like a standard Weber height grill. Here is the what was it called? The pouch for these that I was talking about earlier, and I think these probably are steel from the weight, but as you can see, they're just like a standard head, almost like a giant nail. I don't know if I can get these back in here without knocking this over, but I'll try. Okay, that'll work for now. So those are back in there. Really nice handles. And they're nice and durable. They seem to be strong, and they're not made out of that crappy rubber material like a lot of them are made out of. They seem to be made out of an ABS plastic with some sort of core in here. I don't know what it is, but they feel nice and they feel strong. Everything here is like contrast stitching and contrast striping. Got the Easy Up on the bag. Handles everywhere. So you got handles, and then on the bottom you have 2 reinforcing plates, one in the back and one in the front, and then your wheels and your axle, which we assembled just before the very first portion of this video. So let's give this a look. Let's see how it rolls for the first time. Okay, so it does have to be down pretty low to get past that plate. I guess past about here. If it's here, it won't roll, but that doesn't matter anyway, because if you're going to carry it, it makes more sense here. But let's see. Let's give it a little walk around, see how it does here. Honestly, over pavement, it pulls really easy. Of course, the ultimate testament to these wheels for festivals and camping and everything else is grass. And it pulls just as easy over grass. A little bit of rocks and dirt here, which I really don't want to get on the wheels, but for you guys, why not? Yep, goes right over the little edge of the sidewalk, great. Handles the cracks, great. Doesn't seem to have any issues whatsoever. And stands back up by itself just fine. Now obviously if it was really windy, I'd be careful about that. But wheels, pretty much no wear at all. Just a little bit of dirt, a little bit of the gravel from the sidewalk. But looks like a great product. So in conclusion, I mean, this is just me, and I am pretty tall, but this was relatively easy for me to set up, even while trying to take video of it. So I would say this is a great product. I know a lot of them get really bad reviews. I know even some of the cheaper Easy Ups get relatively bad reviews, but this one had good reviews. I had talked to Easy Up, read a lot of reviews, watched a lot of videos, and hopefully you guys will enjoy this as much as I do. Thank you for watching, and hopefully this will make your purchase of a sun canopy a little bit easier.